Yeah. It's the most facial hair I've had in a couple of years. Well, besides that mustache that I had for a little bit. But I don't know if we're going to keep it, but it's going to serve a purpose right now. But like this wicked ingrown hair from shaving and then grappling like an hour later. And yeah, blemish popped up, and I knew immediately that we have some ingrown hairs in there. I got 2 out through squeezing, but now it's just this big little lump. I'm just gonna leave it alone, and just have like a weird faux beard, I guess. But head shaved, so looks okay. Looks clean cut in a weird way. But we're on our way to Worcester, and I'm going to be a half hour late because I sat in traffic for a half hour, and it said road work. What the fuck? Why would they do road work right now? It doesn't make sense. It wasn't road work. It was a tractor trailer that looked like, because it was snowing last night, it lost its traction and went right into the woods, and the front of the tractor trailer was facing out while the back end of it was crammed into it. So it looks like it went and it turned this way, and then the cargo didn't turn with it. So it looks like it's sandwiched together, and it's way down the ditch. But yeah, that was nice, like half hour backup. Not that I can really do. So now, hour and a half drive turns to a 2-hour drive. Thankfully, we are listening to a very poignant and enlightening podcast, a conversation between Tim Ferriss and our boy Stephen Pressfield, who seems to be making the rounds on the podcast game right now, which is nice because I read his book, The War of Art, long time ago. Back in, I want to say like 2012-ish. Got all his books and read them all. All the, how do you say, like, more philosophical books. I don't know. I wouldn't say self-help, but maybe it has been very helpful. But the conversation, it's kind of interesting because you're listening to Tim Ferriss, who is a very brilliant mind. Continue to hammer him with questions so that he can affirm all his work that he's been doing and his pursuit of writing fiction. And they're talking about, life's purpose, their calling to it. And it's funny because they talk about that age, somewhere around 40, is where everyone seems to hit this point in their life where they look back and everyone wants to do what they were doing at like 12, 13 years old, right before puberty. I'm thinking back to what I used to like to do when I was 12, 13, was read and write. I'm never really a drawer or an artist, like in the practical sense of drawing. I doodled. I tried to draw. I was never very good. Pretty frustrating. But I did enjoy creating these little stories words. And I've been toying with the idea of purpose. Explain it. Like, obviously, this is not, wearing someone else's logo and going to sell things for them is not my purpose. I don't think anyone's purpose is sales. But I'm not even like that great at it. So, and I never will be. And they're talking about like self-sabotage and shit. It's I wonder how much of that I just subconsciously have in my life because it's not my purpose. I used to like to talk to people more and help them through their stuff, their issues. Back at that age too, like 12, 13. I don't know. I guess I'm going through an identity crisis. That's what I'm pointing it as. I don't know what else to say about it. But we'll do our job probably until the end of the month. Consistently, anyways. I've been like out for the last week because of being sick. Well, I'm trying to regurgitate a lot of this stuff. So that I can kind of relearn it or re-listen. But their conversation is definitely all about fictional writing, how to keep momentum. One of the interesting things that they said, like you can do it in a small scale and a big scale. For writing, you have to take a break, stop mid-sentence, so the sentence has already started. So when you come back to it, you're not thinking of what the next sentence is. You just finish it and you kind of picked up where you left off. And I thought that was a neat trick. There's another thing where he talked about slow down for the police. Another thing where he talked about, he finished a book and then said it to his publisher. He was like, all right, so I did it, I'm done. He's like, all right, cool, start the next one. And so he lived with that and continued to, you finish your project on a Wednesday, you start the next one on a Thursday, you might finish out your week. But then, say you take a week or 2 week vacation, that's great because now when you come back, the project is already started, the ball's already rolling, which, you take a 2 week break and you come back and now you have to start a project. It's way, way, way more difficult, when you're already in that, I don't know, that groove. It's easier to get back in the groove as opposed to finishing your groove and just stopping and then trying to start momentum again. Interesting all around. So I'm gonna get back to it. Well, I hope you enjoy your coffee. I hope you enjoy your Thursday. I hope you find some meaning in the traffic that you're sitting in. We talk about energizing through what you energize yourself doing something that you love, that like writing fiction might be your energizer. Meanwhile, everything else pulls energy. This might give you energy. Give it a shot. I definitely think it does for me. I get the most energy when I'm sitting down in the morning. All my little headspace, my little space, no one else. and are right, jazzed up for the rest of the day. So, best of luck. I hope you can find what gives you energy, and yeah, let the river run through you, man. Happy Thursday.